Welcome to Stonehands. Today I heard one really sad story that a man that I know came to purchase our old car, and before I knew him he had a brother. So we asked, "Oh, you are doing your business with your brother?" And then he bluntly replies that no, his brother is dead. And and he opens up suddenly, explaining how this world is evil place. There is so much evil and sadness. How people treat each other. Like when we follow the wealth, then many people who are leaders, for the sake of the greed, they make decisions that cause suffering and pain. There was this African man who said that he grew up in midst of a jungle. They had a river from where they drank their water. All the children were healthy. But then, when he grew a little bit older, the Dutch plantations were built next to the rainforest. Eventually, the forest was cut down, and in those plantations, they grew flowers that were sent to Europe for women that they could celebrate different festivals, holidays, days of joy. But it was done in the name of a village and many villages that were living there, and that African man shared forward that after the plantations were planted, the chemicals were used, the river was poisoned, the children started getting sick and dying, and his childhood home was ruined. But the money is not the issue. Money is an energy that we utilize for the sake of our own good. Money is an energy that we can direct and channel towards the projects that can prosper humanity or de-prosper. That is our own choice. But the issue lies in the greed that some people are lacking. We can go into the psychology, into the Jungian feelings, and we can say that the main problem is that some people lack their love from their mother, and that's the cause of all the problems. But still, there is this evil in this world, and when you pronounce evil backwards, it's live, to live evil. Okay, that's fascinating. But how do we find solutions? There's this thing that opportunity creates divide. That people who have been given opportunities and people who have never been given any opportunities, they form two sides. And ones who have opportunity, they make others feel like empty, that they start envying them. And when there is divide, like people who are living in a poor mindset, who are really struggling in life, they have all these thoughts about money, that money is evil, the rich are evil, you cannot prosper, etc. It has been taught in a cleverly managed schooling system where the worth, the feeling of being valuable, the worth within a person has been schooled out, and their brains have been think like a good laborer. Actually, in this world, we have so many possibilities to prosper and create and manufacture possibilities where all the people can live in abundance, but it needs a right kind of education. It needs a sustainable education, not this schooling system that we are used to, but we had to change it. And when there is divide, there is class system, it creates an illusion, and it has been greatly manufactured illusion by the former leaders of the world who now have been deceased already in the midst of time, that they gave those programs to poor people that money is evil, etc. So a person could not attain the glory or prosperity within their own minds. The programs of the mind that we have succumbed into our psyches, that we have vacuumed into our minds, they are only things that are holding us back. When we see a possibility, we can reforest a desert. When we see a possibility, we can find a person without a house can find themselves a house. A lonely person can find a community, but it takes the will to make it. And also inspiration. An inspired person is a healthy person. But for that, we had to realize some things that are happening and going on in this world. And we have to understand, for example, that there are as many obese people in this world as there are malnourished people. It's an equilibrium. And it's all about finding the balance. It's finding the balance in this life that we could prosper as human civilization. And for that, why I am promoting a water machine, because it cleansifies, detoxifies the body and gives living water cells into the body. So a person who has been polluted by chemically grown food, who has been drinking water from plastic bottles, or being in touch with too many poisons, can cleansify their body and start thinking clearly. That's just why I'm selling such water machines. And more I talk about them, and more I consume information, the more I understand that there is so many layers, that we have been deceived in this life. And I'm not saying that people who are really wealthy are all evil and bad. No, I'm just saying that there are groups of people who have got really selfish interests. And some groups of those people have made some decisions that have not been beneficial for the humanity. And then there's this another thing, that this progress, like the Great Famine in the 1930s in the United States, when all the top soil blew away from the fields. That's just a fabrication of machinery and excess greed, that we can manufacture too much, that we start fighting against the laws of nature, and the laws of nature hit us always back. And then we try to rebel. But the future of technology is about coexisting with the nature and creating technologies that are beneficial for us, humanity, for the nature. Like, I have seen so many videos, and I know a man who has driven in a car that runs on water. This technology is there, but there is some lobbying and some greed, that there are big companies that do not want to lose their spot or the place of monopoly or domination. The domination does not always have to be a monopoly. Or when we look at national governments, they are all monopolies, that they make strict rules and they actually diversify people and create poverty. With their schooling and education systems, plus plus the need to fill the working force. But if we harness technology that has been hidden, it's different. And it's just people have to start waking up to those new possibilities. And from there, we can grow our prosperous or rich mindset, which gives an open door to all that we are living all this life. So, if you are interested in those water machines, yes, it was a pitch for a water machine. No, it was just an educational video. So, check down description and subscribe. See you soon. Goodbye.